So I'm just going to give a quick update if we go on to the next slide. If everyone could turn around quickly, there's a guy through that window called Harry who's been an amazing support. He's let us in, he's set everything up for us. So if we give him a wave, that'd be great. So he's going to help us with the PowerPoint and things tonight. So if we just go on to the next one, we've got, yeah, there we go, project update. So I'm going to give us just a quick update on what's going on in Merton. So for those of you that don't know, Street Pastors is the church in action on the street. We're volunteers from lots of different churches in Merton, and our aim is to go out there to care for people, to listen for people, and to help people. So caring is about being there with people where they're at, and then we listen to them and see what they've got to say. We're not talking to them, we're just seeing how we can help them, what's going on in their lives, and then we try and help them as best we can. So we try and keep up to date with what's going on around the borough, how we can help people when we meet them, and if they let us know of a particular need, we can try and help them. So if we move on. So Street Pastors has been running a little while now. It started in 2003 in Brixton. For those of you that don't know, there were 15 women and only 3 men on that when it first started. And the Ascension Trust are the people that organise street pastors across the country. They call grandmothers their secret weapons. They say that the grandmothers have a great role out on the streets. So now it's grown to over 260 locations in this country. So over 10,000 people have trained in the UK. It's also now in Australia, in Antigua and Barbuda, and Trinidad, and it's launched in Gibraltar now, I think. I need to update my slide. I think it's already launched there. And there's interest from Africa, from America, all over the world. So what started in Brixton 9 years ago has really gone phenomenally big and kind of filled up the UK, and now it's exploding out into the rest of the world. So it's amazing to think that we can be part of that here in Merton as well. So if we go to the next slide, please. So our first Street Pastors trained in September 2005, so hence why we're celebrating 7 years. So they started patrolling in Mitcham after that, and then, because the church of Mitcham is a bit more proactive really, so they got going first, and then then Wimbledon caught up in 2009, and we now have 33 Street Pastors on our books, 33 trained Street Pastors. We've got 3 more in training now, and you'll find out more about them later. And we've got 24 prayer supporters and 9 financial supporters, so we're slowly growing the number of people that are volunteering with us out on the streets, volunteering to pray for us, and volunteering to support us financially as well, which is great. So, some statistics for those that like those. Last year, in 2011, we did 62 patrols. We managed to get 923 volunteer hours on the streets. We met 2,440 people, probably said hello to a lot more than that, but sadly some people just walked past us and didn't say hello back. So we picked up 145 bottles and binned them, and we gave out over 100 pairs of flip-flops. So that's one of the things that we really do. We see quite a few people walking barefoot late at night, so part of our helping to get them home safely is to give them a pair of flip-flops that they can put on so they don't maybe cut their feet on glass or fall over if they're walking, if they're really tottering on some heels perhaps. We don't want them to fall over and break an ankle, so we give them a pair of flip-flops. And this year so far, similar sort of thing. We've done 39 patrols. These are statistics at the end of August. We've got another 22 that we've already done or planning to do by the end of the year. It's over 660 volunteer hours on the streets thus far. And we've met 1,506 people. Again, we've binned 108 bottles and we've given out 110 pairs of flip-flops so far. So it's going well this year. And then so far, so we kind of started taking better records at the end of 2007, but so since the end of 2007 we've spent 3,600 hours on the streets and engaged with over 10,000 people in our time, so it's been really really good the last few years. Just a couple of photos there to just show you a little bit of what goes on. So we've got some of our guys, the top right pictures out in Mitcham, and then we got a group in Wimbledon, and then we took the Jeremiah Project Hope Bus into Wimbledon, parked it on Morrison's forecourt, outside Morrison's, and so we had a good evening there back in September as we just used that to see if that could complement what we're doing. So we're trying to kind of innovate and see what we can do and work with different partners to see how we can bless our community. So a couple of photos, and then just got a couple of quotes to follow that. So one lady told one of our teams, "You've done so much for me and you don't even know it." That was someone we met in Mitcham, who we apparently met before. And then another person sent me a text actually saying, "I've managed to get my life back on track, life back together, and it would not have been possible without your invaluable help and that faith in action." And then finally, a colleague at the council, Annalise Elliott, who heads up Safer Merton, said, I just couldn't be here tonight, but she said, I'd just like to say a big thank you from me. What you do really matters and is great, long may it last. So it's just a great word of encouragement from Annalise, which is brilliant.